Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, this is how most mornings start on the homestead. If you look out there, see, it's still way dark. There's a chicken or two hollering, but other than that, it's dark. They know it's almost time. I'm going to work in the garden this morning, and it's been so blasted hot. I didn't know if I would get a video today, but I think I'm going to be able to. It's just 75 this morning. It has been unbelievably hot here, and humid. The humidity is the real hard thing. You know, if it's 70 in the morning and low humidity, I can work no problem. But when it's 75 and 90% relative humidity, it kind of chokes me down. So we're going to talk about the squash vine borer today, and what to do for it and how to identify it. You know, I'm going to show you how to identify squash borer damage and what you can do to combat the squash vine borer. There's a couple things you can do. I've tried a lot of things over the years, and this is the only thing that I have found that really works. Okay? So, I'll show you that in a minute, but first, I need to get my weed eater ready to use out in the big garden. While it's still dark, I'm out here in the dark, which that's the way you start. I've got this Bower weed eater, and you just take the head off like that. Here's the string. Mine's gone, so I've got to put more string in it. And it came, when I bought it, it came with extra string. Okay, it came with 3 spools like this. Now the spools have little gears on them down here, so they come and they're wrapped in like that. So you take the wrapping loose, you take that loose, 1, 2, so it can spool free, but you got to be careful because it will unwind on you. Then it just goes to where this goes in the hole here, and then the spool sets in here. You keep this pulled tight. Up, see? There, it's wanting to unwind on me. And I got to get it seated down in there. Okay? See, it's not straight. And what's happening is I'm getting the line underneath it. So I'm going to pull that up there like that. There. Now I've got it seated right. And I'll pull this down and around in hopes that I can let it fix itself. Now once it's like that, then this has got clips, and I just push them down until the clips grab. Now I'm going to take and cut this off so I don't have to worry about it being long. If I have discovered that if this is long, it has a tendency to pull a whole lot out and just waste it. So cut that off about the length that it's supposed to be, and that's ready to go use. So next thing we'll do, I'll meet you out in the garden by the it won't be in the garden. I'll be out there by the totes that we use, the little raised garden beds, so that you can see what we're doing about the squash vine borer. Okay folks, this is what squash looks like. It's been attacked by the squash vine borer. Now what I want to do is I want to show you what they look like. a lot of times they climb up these stalks. Nope, there's not one in this one. Let's see if I can find another one with one in it. Now, right there is the only thing that you can do to fight against the squash vine borer. Pull them up. I want to show you. Oh, I've got a couple little squash there. I don't want to throw those out. See there? One. Two. I got 2 squash out of it anyway. Now, right here is what squash vine borer damage looks like. This is the base of the plant. Here's the root. Here's the base of the plant. See all these little dots? Well, these little spots right here are where the squash vine borer has dug in. So let's see if we can find one. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But there are little seeds. I don't know if you can see them. There are little squash vine borer seeds all over this. They feel like little hairy things. See if we can find one. Nope, not one in that one. Okay, let's see if there's a fresh one down here. There's just a certain amount of time that they're in there, and then they get gone. They come out and they hatch, and they become like a moth. I'll try and find a picture of one. I don't have a picture here. Nope, nothing in there. They look like a little grub. I figured sure I would find one in here. Nope, not one at all. So they look like a little grub worm. Sometimes, especially in pumpkins, I'll take and go through the whole pumpkin, pull it up and go through it and get them babies out. They're great for for fishing for sun grannies. That one's gone too. I'm going to stop the video, and then if I can find one, I'll show it to you. Okay, that's how you defeat the squash vine borer. You pull the squash vines out. I know it hurts your feelings. Especially when you pull one out and it's got these pretty flowers on it, but the leaves are dying. It's done. Those flowers are never going to come to fruition. Gut up. Okay? They're not your pets. They're plants. So that's the only way to beat the squash vine borer. I've tried everything. I've tried insecticides. I've tried everything. Nothing defeats them. To be honest, there are fewer late in the season, but they're still here. So you just succession plant. Squash is a 60-day crop. Okay, in 2 months they start putting on squash. I planted some down in the garden about a month ago, and they're going to start putting on squash soon. And I planted some just now. In 60 days those will start putting on squash. And this is July the 9th. And once that these start putting on squash, before they start putting on squash in about a month, in August I'll plant another set. And I'll have squash all the way to fall. That's just the only way you beat them. I used my own seeds for most of it, but some reason my seeds didn't come up this year. So I don't know why. I don't know if I exposed them to heat. I don't know if I forgot them in the truck. I don't know. But let's go over and look at the zucchini. Okay, here's my zucchini. It's suffering from the same malady. Okay, but let's get the last of the zucchini out of it. 1, 2. Oh, that's too big to eat. It'll just be tough. So now, squash vine borers are in my zucchini too. Let me go put these in the truck. So, what do? I pull them out. Because they're done for. Try and pull all this whole grass up and get it out of there. Eventually, I'll start solarizing these beds. I'm going to solarize a couple of them. Now, I'm just going to put summer squash back in this. Okay, that's it. And that bed's ready to produce more summer squash come the 1st of September. Alright, that is the only way to defeat the squash vine borer, okay? It's the only way. That's how you come about taking them out, okay? It is just, that's how you beat them, succession planting. About every month, I plant a new set of squash. And let the squash vine borers do what they do, and I don't spray. Okay? I don't spray. I want the pollinators to be able to get in there and do their things without being killed. Now, if you like this stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homesteading stuff every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now, if you hit the little bell when you come to the channel, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Now, it's time for me to get on to the next thing before Hurricane Beryl gets here.